What if you could win at anything you try? One tip and you're getting better. We're in the city of brotherly love to crush it in hockey with some high-speed slap shots against a Philly legend. Think this power struggle in Santa Cruz is all about brute force? We'll guarantee victory using the secrets of this unlikely hero.
I think I know how to put you over the top.
I'll show you a can't-miss technique for reading people's minds. And on the Atlantic City Steel Pier, this NBA All-Star gets schooled in a Carnival Classic. My name is Sal Piacente, and I know every con in the book. People hire me to show them how to spot a hustle. From coast to coast, I'll break down and reveal how to win at games, contests, and tricks. From the boardwalk to the carnival, I've got all the angles. Game on, America. We begin on the East Coast in the city of Philadelphia, where some folks' devotion for one sports franchise is unmatched. I'm talking about the two-time Stanley Cup champion Philadelphia Flyers. Tonight, this icy NHL arena is hosting a game you play on air. We're taking down air hockey Philly style. Meet Billy Stubbs, a three-time world air hockey champion who has mastered the skill and the secrets of this arcade classic. But I don't want to make things too easy on Billy, so say hello to the NHL Hall of Fame goaltender, Bernie Perron. Here in Philly, they say only the Lord saved more than Bernie. Let's see how this ice hockey hero does against our air hockey champ.
Just like the good old days, folks.
If I was our air hockey champ, I'd consider taking it easy on Bernie during the match.
Hey, let's do it.
Okay, ready? Good luck, gentlemen. Here we go. Most people think you just hit the puck as hard as you can and hope to score. Okay. But air hockey is a game that requires real skill and strategy. Bernie, he's beating you in your own backyard. What's that? Blood. Oh, we got a little blood here.
Show the blood, man. That's cool.
It's not Bernie's fault this match is a bloodbath. He's making the single biggest mistake that most everyone makes when playing air hockey. And that's our first tip. The grip. As far as the pros are concerned, the disc grip always beats the claw grip. Come on, Bernie.
The way you want to hold the mallet is you want to put 3 fingers in the dish, like this, because you're going to get more power, like a whipping motion, and you're going to get a little bit better reach.
Really?
Yeah.
Like this here?
Yeah, just like that. You can see I can move and, yeah.
Control it better.
Yeah, because here it's just nothing to whip. Here, a lot more power, and I can use my fingers.
How about that?
Now that Bernie has the first tip, let's see how he does. So close. See, your game improved already. One tip and you're getting better. Looks like Bernie is a good student, but this Hall of Fame goalie needs a little more help, which brings us to our second tip, defense. Oh,
okay.
One thing I want to talk about, which is key and very important, is positioning of the mallet. Would you agree?
Yeah, on defense, the focus should be to take away the straight shots from the offense. And the way that you do that, just like, yeah, he's doing exactly right. You play away from the goal. And we call this a pyramid defense or a triangle defense.
In a triangle defense, your starting position should be at the top of the triangle, cutting down the angles on any straight shots. If the opponent goes for a bank shot, the defender then retreats to that corner of the triangle to block the shot. Using this technique, the defender can defend both sides of the goal as needed. Armed with these tips, Bernie is proving he's still got what it takes to give Billy a run for his money. And now that he has the basics down, it's time to take it up a notch with tip number 3. Offensive strategy. Normally, I would tell you, take my lessons to the bank, but don't bank on air hockey. You need to master both the straight shot and the bank shot to be successful in air hockey. But in general, you should go for more straight shots, and here's why. If you bank the puck, it needs to travel a much greater distance to get to the goal than if you shot it straight. It also slows down the puck. A straight shot is faster and less likely to get blocked by your opponent. But having said that, you still need both shots in your arsenal to execute the final tip, deception.
Offense on air hockey is all about deception. I'm essentially trying to manipulate you into moving your mallet one way when the puck goes the other way. First, I'll show my right wall release. This would be a right wall, okay? And then I'm gonna take that same setup and from the same location of the table, graze it and hit a straight shot to the left side, just like that, right? So I've pushed all the direction this way, he moves that way, I have an easy score.
This is essentially a fake out. By using the same arm motion that would normally be used in a bank shot like this, Billy instead uses the motion and strikes the puck at a glancing angle, sending it straight into the goal. Ready?
Oh, I was born ready.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Okay.
With these tips, you too could be a pro on the air hockey table. But I never said you could beat a world champion.
Sorry, buddy.
Pleasure playing.
That was
man. Thank
awesome.
you.
Now let's head to a much warmer climate, courtesy of the California sun, where the beaches are the big attraction. From the boardwalk here in Santa Cruz to the waves at Half Moon Bay, this place is all about fun and games. And if you're the competitive type, these shores are definitely the place for you. Since the days of the pharaohs, people have battled at picnics, frat houses, and beaches around the world in a good old tug of war. Looks like this team's in big trouble. Big Spence there is feeling pretty good about himself right now, but guess what? Tug of war isn't all about strength, and I'm gonna prove it. We're sending in a tug of war big shot to whip these guys into shape. Mark Gallagher may not be big in stature, but his 14 tug of war national championships certainly are.
Hey, guys. Think I know how to put you over the top to beat that team.
Want to win at anything? It's game on, America. And on the sunny California coast, we're going to show you why size really doesn't matter in tug of war. And 14-time national champion Mark Gallagher is here to prove it. Time to whip these guys into shape.
Your positioning was a little off, and you were too bunched up, so we're going to have to sort that out a little bit.
The first thing you have to do is line up right. From the side, this is what your team should look like. Line up with your strongest people in the front and the rear anchor position. The taller of the two should be the anchor. This way, the rope doesn't decline toward the back. The rest of the team gets filled in from there. Now that they're lined up, they got to get the right grip.
What you want to do when you pick up the rope, you're going to want to set it on your hip, and then you kind of find a nice, comfortable grip for you. You don't want to be too wrapped under the rope like this or too over the top, because that can cut off some circulation to your hands, and then you're going to lose your grip. So you just want to find a nice, comfortable grip with your hands close together and close to your hips.
Most of the team had their hands gripping way out in front of them. You need to keep that grip closer to your body. Time to put these tips and our team to the test with a rematch.
I can feel it.
The team is putting up a better fight this time, but there is still one major problem. Good thing I saved our best tip for last. You have no chance of winning unless you work as a team. There are two basic moves in tug of war, the pull and the hold. As a team, you can only execute one move at a time. Otherwise, forget your opponent. You're working against each other.
So you guys have to work as a team, doing 4 different things. You're going to lose like that. And when you're losing, you guys want to try to hold a little bit. So you want to drive both legs into the ground and make the other team pull you through the dirt.
Listen to Mark. You need to work smarter, not harder. Instead of pulling the whole time, it's better to dig in and just hold for a while until the other team tires out. And the biggest tug of war tip, when you're pulling, don't pull. The laws of physics tell us that once the rope is pulled tight, the tension along the entire rope will always stay exactly the same. So it's impossible for one side to exert more force on the rope than the other. But it is possible for one side to exert more force by pushing against the ground with your legs.
You get your left leg out, and you're a little bit turned into it with your shoulders back, and then you got your right leg just behind your left, and then you start pushing like this.
So when you're pulling, you're not pulling at all. You're actually pushing with your legs and feet, digging those heels into the sand with every step until you're victorious.
You want to be stepping together, working as a team, because Big Spence down there, they'll fold over. They might even fall off the rope if you guys look like a team.
Okay.
All right, let's go beat.
All right, good luck, guys.
All right, team, let's go beat Big Spence.
Our team is literally armed with all of the tools and information to be winners. The only question now is, can they make it work against Big Spence and his group?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So remember to line up correctly, get a comfortable grip on the rope, work as a team, and most importantly, push with your legs. Don't pull with your arms.
Way to go.
Nice.
Congratulations. Nice job.
Time to head to the bar scene of Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey for an evening filled with handcrafted beers at Harvest Moon Brewery and also a little fun and games. Right now, these guys are witnessing the opening act of a little trick that I call the coin stack psychic. That's 1 for 1. How if I told you I could do 10 in a row?
Is that possible?
It is possible. Here are the rules. We're gonna get a bunch of quarters, we're gonna stack them onto the table into a nice, neat stack, and I'm gonna predict correctly, heads or tails, 10 in a row.
All right, if you say you can do it, man. I want to see this.
I'm gathering a total of 11 quarters from the fellas. The 11th quarter will serve as a blocker from the top of the stack. This time what we're gonna do is stack them. So shake them up and just stack them into a pile. I won't look either.
Okay.
I'm gonna predict all 10. You ready? Top one's heads?
Yep.
Okay, let's go with the second one then. The second one is gonna be a tails. The next one is gonna be... This time we're gonna do a stack. People hired me to spot a con, but I'm about to pull off a trick that will leave these guys scratching their heads. Game on. And you ready? Top one's heads?
Yep.
Okay, the second one is gonna be a tails. The next one is gonna be a heads.
Okay.
And the one below that's gonna be another tails. Guarantee the next one's gonna be a heads. And then let's go with the tails, and then another tails. The next one will be a heads. Let's go with another heads. Then tails, and then the bottom one is gonna be a heads.
You sure? Wow.
Wondering how I did it? Check it out. After everyone passed me quarters into my right hand, I switched them with some quarters I had in my left hand. It's simple. Put your hands together like this. Top hand closed with their quarters. Shake them up for show, and then hand them your quarters with the left hand and pocket theirs with the other. But guess what? I didn't just swap in trick coins. Before I went to the bar, I picked 11 quarters that all shared the same trait. So here's the secret.
Yeah.
Look at the edges. You see half is copper, half is silver?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at this quarter, the copper is on the what? The tail side. If I look down right now, at the second quarter down, I see a silver edge. Copper is on the bottom. So the second quarter has to be a what? Has to be a heads. Absolutely right. All quarters are random. The copper band can either be facing the heads or the tail side. In this case, all of my quarters have the bands facing the tail side. So I'm never guessing. And if you do get stuck, if you can't read, it's a hard read, then you can touch it, you can look at the sides. All you're looking at is the edges going down. Just read the second edge.
The next one's gonna be heads as well.
You got it. It's a wager on heads or tails, but I get the edge by looking at the edge, and so can you. Let's now take your newfound powers of perception to San Francisco, the city that is full of vibrant neighborhoods, including south of Market Soma, where you can find this hidden gem, the Soma Street Food Park under the 101. Lunch spots like this leave people with a little change in their pockets, which is perfect for a game I call Which Hand Is It? Take the coin, go behind your back. Mix it up. We're gonna see if I can amaze these folks by guessing which hand they put a coin in. I'll do it one time to each of you.
Okay.
Deal?
That sounds good.
They think it's a 50-50 bet, but when you're playing against me, the odds are always in my favor. Got it? When you're done, bring your hands out just like this right in front of you. Got it? Separate them. See that hand? Go behind your back.
All right.
Mix them up. And when you're done, bring them out just like this. And then spread your hand. It's right there.
You got it.
Take that quarter.
Okay.
Go behind your back and mix it up. And when you're done, bring it out just like this. Separate your hands. It's right there. See? I get it right every time. I'm not using mirrors. I'm not a mind reader, but I am looking at her face.
Separate your hands.
Still don't see it? Watch it again. When I had them pull their hands apart slowly, I looked for a sign from some part of their face that would tip me off. Oftentimes, it's a nostril flare. But in this case, notice how the eyes quickly glance to the right hand. It's incredible, but a person's nose or eyes actually move in the direction where the coin is. Now it's your turn to try. Watch carefully.
Okay.
Take the quarter.
All right.
Go behind your back.
Okay. Okay.
And when you're done, bring them out just like this. Okay?
Okay.
Just separate them.
Okay.
Did you see it? Here's another look at it, but this time in slow motion. Once you spot it, you can't miss it.
I think it's going to be right here.
You got it.
That's right. I get it every time, and now you can too. Time now for a trip to the place known as America's Playground. Atlantic City, home to the most famous boardwalk in the country. At night, the steel pier comes alive.
Now, it's time to tackle the boardwalk's most popular game, the basketball shot.
Everybody loves this game because they think they could sink this shot, just like the game winners they nailed in their driveway as a kid.
Man, you were robbed!
The rules are simple. Plunk down some cash, make a shot, and win a prize for your sweetheart.
We got a winner!
Which one you want?
I want the banana. That's the banana.
Pressure's on.
And that's what this Jersey guy is trying to do now.
Almost.
That shot and this game is a lot tougher than it looks.
But what happens if I bring in a ringer? Here's Jerry Stackhouse, a two-time NBA All-Star who once averaged nearly 30 points a game. He makes a living getting the ball in regulation baskets like this one. But a boardwalk hoop is different and more difficult than the one he's used to.
So, Jerry, I got to ask you, what do you think is your strategy on taking on this game?
Oh, just get it in the hole, man. Any way I can, I might bank it in. I try to get it straight in. Just try to make the shot.
I'll give you 10 shots. How many do you think you'll get in?
I say 3.
Prediction is 3?
3.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Surely a guy who scored over 16,000 points in the NBA is going to sink at least one basket, right? Atlantic City, New Jersey is a great place to get your game on. Right now, we're out on the boardwalk trying to beat the basketball shot. And I threw down the gauntlet to NBA All-Star Jerry Stackhouse.
So, Jerry, I'll give you 10 shots. How many do you think you'll get in?
I say 3.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Wow, it's not going good for Jerry so far.
Come on, Jerry, you said 3? 8? Come on, 2 more. 9, come on, at least get 1. Ah!
Sorry, man.
So, if the NBA player can't win, how can you?
Well, listen up, because I'm going to tell you how. In the NBA, ball don't lie. But the ball at the boardwalk is another story. An NBA ball is always 9.4 inches in diameter. Not the boardwalk ball. It could be as large as 9.5 inches in diameter. What appears to be a small difference can actually be a really big deal. The result, less margin for error and a livelier ball. But the ball is only part of the story. Everybody knows a regulation rim is exactly 10 feet off the ground. The rim out here doesn't have to be. State law gives them some leeway. It can be almost any height they want. When you spend your whole life shooting at a 10-foot basket, this subtle change messes with your mind and muscle memory. But it's not just the rim's height that affected Jerry's accuracy. It's also its dimensions. A regulation rim is round, and at 18 inches in diameter, it can fit nearly 2 regulation balls. Now, check out the boardwalk rim. Looking at it straight on, it appears to be just like the regulation rim. But look at it from above. Yep, the boardwalk rim is an oval, 7 inches smaller than a regulation rim, and barely fits a single ball. There's no room for error.
Here's the biggest tip. No line drives. The key to winning the basketball shot is a high arc and a soft touch.
the deck is stacked against you, but signs are posted that this isn't your typical basketball game. That's their edge. Now it's game on for Jerry.
Oh, that was close. Oh, off the rim. Ah, better already. 2 out of 4. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 8. 4 out of 9. Oh, 4 out of 10. Jerry, that was excellent, man. Excellent.
I take it.
With the pointers that you got now, what advice would you give anybody who was going to play this game?
Don't go at the rim. Try to go up and drop it in the hole.
Must have worked because you did a heck of a lot better.
NBA All-Star Jerry Stackhouse just knocked down 4 out of 10. And now you know that just like Jerry, to beat this game, you need a high arc and a soft touch. Stick with Game On, America, and you too can walk away a winner.